Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I am building here in the world of Dorado, which is of course the world that we got in the Jungle Adventure game pack. So today I am building a vacation style house. So that means that it's going to be less like cluttered and personalized, so hopefully your Sims will, I don't know, enjoy a vacation. We are coming up on the winter months, so maybe you're playing like fall in the game, or maybe you're already playing in winter and your Sims need a break from the weather or something and want to come on vacation. I really love this world. It's really fun to build in. I wish it was a residential world though. I feel like I would build here a lot more if it was, but I saw a picture on Pinterest recently and I could just envision it in this world, and I could also envision it using like a few different packs, mostly like Island Living, Jungle Adventure, and then the latest kit that we got, which is the Desert Luxe kit. I just saw this build really like working with all three of those packs, and so I primarily used those. I didn't limit myself, so I wasn't necessarily trying to only use those packs, but I definitely was trying to use items from those packs when I could, basically. So yeah, hopefully you guys will like it. I'll put a picture of that image up on screen so you guys can see what I was looking at. And I just saw it and I wanted to build it basically, and I thought it worked actually really nice here. I'm building in the like top right corner of the map, if that makes sense. I think it does, but yeah, I felt like this would be the perfect location for this particular build, just kind of secluded in the jungle, and I kind of wanted it to feel more like a wellness sort of vacation. So there's a spa, I put the sauna in a room, I also put some workout equipment. I mean, I don't think I would particularly want to go on a workout vacation, but maybe you have some like super athletic Sims or some Sims that are really obsessed with like fitness and wellness and stuff like that. And so they come here to kind of get away, but also exercise. And maybe there's some like remedies from some like secrets in the forest or something, and they come here to like take it and like sweat in the sauna basically, and then maybe do some exercising as well. So I thought that was kind of like a fun idea. And yeah, here you can see like the shape of the building is coming together. I really wanted to use that fireplace that came in the Desert Luxe kit on like a patio area, so I made sure to place it like right away, and I thought that looked really good. And then for the landscaping, I am pretty much only using plants that came from Jungle Adventure, and primarily the ones that you can find with like the debug menu turned on and the show live edit objects as well. And so there's like a few more options, like with like the vines and some of the like bushes and stuff. I think I also used a couple of plants that came from Island Living as well. I felt like they kind of worked nicely with the colors and the style and everything. And then over here I also put a couple of massage beds or massage tables. I'm not sure the right term for that, but I really like these awnings that came with the Desert Luxe kit, and I thought it looked kind of cool here with the pillars and the half walls. The way I created this sort of like area I thought looked nice. And then here in the center there's of course a swimming pool, and I put a couple of like lounge floaties in there, and I thought that looked really nice and just very relaxing and comfortable basically. Like I really feel like this would be like a very relaxing wellness vacation spot, so I like that idea. Here I'm just extending the size of the build a little bit and trying to continue with the inspiration image and adding some of the details that I noticed in that, but also adding some of my own details like these skylights that I'm adding here. I thought that would be a nice way just to bring in some like extra light and kind of just add a little bit more basically something a little bit more special to the build. And this is something that I don't use, I feel like, enough. I've used them a couple of times recently, and every time that I do, I'm like, I should really use them more often because they're so cool. Like, I feel like I primarily use them for like greenhouses and creating those sorts of things, but I should really just use them in builds more, just like general family homes and stuff, because it really just brings in so much light. And the lighting in The Sims 4 is one of like the best parts of The Sims 4, honestly. Like I just love it. It's so pretty, and like taking screenshots with like well-lit areas is like so dreamy. This centerpiece is just a hallway basically, and I was trying to figure out how to make it look nice and not feel like such an awkward hallway. And so I used these arches, and I felt like that actually looked really good. And then on the back side, I just left the windows there because I really wanted to be able to like see into the jungle. And so I add like a bunch of greenery back there, and I felt like that was just kind of a nice feature. And then in there I just add some like statues and pots and stuff. There I just placed the sauna, so this is like a little sauna room, and then in the front of it is where I place the exercising equipment. And that was really just because I didn't know what else to place in there. I felt like if your Sims were going to do yoga, they would probably do it by the pool or something and not in this little room. And so, I don't know, maybe you guys would have a better use for the space depending on your particular Sims that you're playing with. And if you're ever on vacation in the game and you want to edit a lot, you just have to turn on the bb.enable free build, and then you can build there and edit things, because unfortunately by default you can't actually just build on these lots, and sometimes it's kind of frustrating. Unless you're going directly through like the map, but if you're there with a Sim on vacation, then you can't just directly edit it. But anyways, here you can see I'm adding some trees and some different greenery. I kind of just tried to place things organically, and I tried to make it feel a bit more like wild and jungly. So when I go to place like the bushes and stuff, I really just try to place them quickly and not overthink it. And this particular like group of plants I think is so perfect for that, because there's so many just like, I don't know, little like ferns and low-lying grasses and different sort of pieces all clumped together, and you can just place it all as one group and it looks really good. So that was definitely a go-to for me. And then over here in this little like courtyard area, I'm going to call it, I put a fountain and just a little pathway leading to it. And I don't think I really add anything over there. I thought about doing like a seating area, but I think I just add like a couple of like potted decorations and then just leave the landscaping. And so it's just like a nice little fountain area, maybe for like screenshots or something. And maybe you could add like a chess table or an art easel over there, depending on your particular Sims. But for me, in the way I wanted it to look, I just left it empty. I felt like that was the better choice to do. And then yeah, here I'm just continuing with the landscaping. I really liked using these low-lying red flowers. With Jungle Adventure, we got the like wall climbing bougainvillea, I think is how you call it. But with Island Living, we got some like floor-lying ones. And so those are the ones that I'm using here. I didn't actually use the ones that came from Jungle Adventure. So yeah, I thought that actually worked out pretty nice. And then over here, I'm moving on to the interior. So like I was saying earlier, I tried to keep things pretty simply decorated. There's a little bit of clutter on like some side tables and in the kitchen, but mostly it's just very minimal and vacation home like. So I felt like that was definitely appropriate for this. And then yeah, I started to work on the living room, and I attempted it a couple of different times, but I wasn't liking it, so I decided just to move on and go to the kitchen. And sometimes that's just like the best strategy when a room isn't working out. It's just like, just go to a different spot. And yeah, the kitchen actually came together pretty easily. I decided to use the counters and cabinets that came from Jungle Adventure in this dark brown color. I really tried to keep the interior like very neutral, and I was trying to keep in mind like the colors that came with the Desert Luxe kit, because I really wanted them to tie together with the Jungle Adventure items. And then I was also thinking about that when I was picking out items from the Island Living expansion pack. Forgive me, my voice is still a little bit hoarse. I thought I was better, but I have been pre-recording. My husband has actually already left for his trip. My mom will be here tomorrow, so it's just been me and my son for a couple of days. He's asleep right now, and I am trying to finish up my voiceovers before my mom gets here. And yeah, my voice does not seem to be cooperating with me, but I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. I feel like the universe knows when you have things that need to be done, and then yeah, they give you a sore throat basically. Anyways, here I'm just adding the clutter items around the kitchen, trying to keep it simply decorated, but I still wanted it to feel like things were, you know, available for your Sims to use in this kitchen, because I feel like these places are more like Airbnb sort of vacation homes, and so they would be stocked maybe with like a couple of items, like, you know, some coffee and some like basic needs in the kitchen, but not like fully stocked like your home might be. So that's what I was trying to go for in here. And I also really liked using the stools at the bar, or the island rather, and I thought that they just looked so good in here. They came from the Desert Luxe kit, and I just really love the style of them. I think they're super cool. And there, I really loved placing that vine outside of the window, because you can see it through those modern windows, and it just looks so cool. Like, it really made the home feel like part of the jungle. Like, and I liked that because the house is so modern, and I feel like it kind of stands out quite a bit. And so adding some of the vines and the greenery, I felt like kind of tied it in a little bit better. Over there underneath the fish plaque, I really wanted to add this shelf, but for some reason it had such a dark like shadow over it and a really dark lighting, and so I decided just to put a painting instead, and I thought this base game one actually worked pretty nice for like the whole style and color scheme and everything that I was going for. And then here I'm placing the dining table. Even though this is a home for, or a vacation house for, only 2 Sims, I decided to put 4 chairs anyways, just to kind of like fill out the table. I felt like a 2-seater table would just look so small in here. But of course, if that bothers you, it's an easy fix. And there's also an outdoor dining table with more chairs. So, I mean, it feels like more Sims could stay here. And you could probably honestly turn the spa area into another bedroom or 2. Like for some like kids, if you wanted to go on like a family vacation, I think that would be totally doable and really easy to do as well. So yeah, there's a few different options. Over here, I'm finally working on the living room. And so once I did the kitchen, for some reason, the living room just came together so easily. It's pretty similar to some of my other attempts. It's just like slightly different and some of the colors are a little bit different, but I think it works in here so nice. And this rug that I used came from Laundry Day, and I thought it was so perfect with these couches. I feel like they tie together so nicely. And then also the coffee table came from Snowy Escape. So there's a few different items from other packs, but I felt like they just kind of worked so nicely with the style and everything. And this painting that I used over here above this table, I think it came from Get Famous. Am I remembering that correctly? I might be wrong, but either way, I just felt like these were like some beautiful women out in the jungle, and that's what this painting reminds me of. And so I felt like that worked perfectly for a jungle sort of build. Over here, I am finding some statues, and I decided to leave in like all of these attempts just so you guys could see the struggle I went to trying to find the ones that were like have some like more color to them and like some crystals and stuff in them. At least the skull has some like crystals and everything, but yeah, they're actually higher up in the catalog, and I thought they would be lower in the catalog, so that's why I went through through so many. So I thought that was kind of a funny thing. And so if you're ever looking for the ones that are colored, check the like first ones, not the ones that are lower. And I always forget to like read the name titles of things, and I don't know why. I just kind of like glaze over it and just think I know what things are, and I should actually read the titles of things because of course it's very useful and helpful when finding things. Anyways, over here in this little hallway, I put a archaeology table just to sort of add another activity for your Sims to do, and of course it's a useful one with the Jungle Adventure game pack. And then over here is going to be the bedroom, and so I absolutely love the bedroom because of these large windows. The large windows came from the Desert Luxe kit, and I just love being able to see into like the forest basically and see into the jungle. And I thought that it just looked so pretty and so dreamy, and that's why I faced the bed this direction. It is facing the bathroom, and it's the only bathroom in the build, so it's probably not like the best location for the bed, but I really wanted you to be able to like look out the window and not have to like turn or anything. Like I just felt like if this was real life, you'd want the bed face this way. And so that's what I did. And of course you could just put a door on the bathroom and not an archway, but I just love being able to like take pictures and see into another room, especially from like a master bedroom, being able to see into the bathroom. I feel like it just makes it feel so dreamy and luxurious and all of that kind of stuff. So really like that effect. Over here is a dresser. The dresser came from Island Living and the mirror came from Jungle Adventure, and I actually liked them paired together, and I wanted it to feel like the mirror was actually like a part of the dresser, kind of like a vanity, or maybe like sitting on top of it or something. And so I felt like that worked out pretty nicely. And then over here I do have another fireplace, and so I just put a little seating area with a TV. Instead of having the TV in the living room, I decided to have it in the bedroom. I felt like maybe that was a better spot to have a TV here, or at least something a little bit different for a vacation house. So I felt like that worked out pretty nicely. And then over here is going to be the bathroom. So it is the only bathroom, and it's an ensuite like I was saying. And then over here I created a double shower with these with the showers that came from Discovery University, and then these tall windows. And recently when I've been placing windows and then removing the wall, the windows have been turning black, and for some reason this time it didn't happen. So I'm happy that I tried it. So hopefully if you guys decide to download this build, they won't be black. I mean, if they are, then you could easily just place a wall like back there, and it should correct like the color and like the shadowing and stuff, because I really want like the color that they are and not like a shadow over them, because it's kind of unfortunate sometimes when you place an item that's going to be like perfect for a spot and then there's this crazy shadow over them. Unfortunately, some of the indoor plants are this way, and it's very frustrating because the plant will be like perfect for the spot, and then you place it indoors and it has like this horrible lighting, and you place it outside and the lighting's perfect. So it's kind of frustrating for certain items. But yeah, anyways, over here there's a few different clutter pieces on the bathroom counter, but I felt like these were like complimentary, like lotions and creams and sort of things like that that might be nice for a vacation house. And then over here I'm decorating that hallway, just adding some like nice vases and these really cool skeleton statues that you can find in the live edit objects from Jungle Adventure. And then yeah, here I'm just adding a couple of details on the front and then moving on to the Sauna Room. So here in the Sauna Room, I just add a couple of lights and then some wall decorations, and then that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I do put like a hanging plant in there, and I was thinking maybe that's some sort of like, I don't know, special plant from the jungle that releases some sort of, I don't know, something when it becomes like heated up from the sauna, and just like this really like strong aroma, and maybe people from the jungle say it has like healing properties or something. I felt like that was kind of a nice idea. And then here I'm just adding some like robes and some towels and then some workout equipment, and I used the workout equipment that came from Spa Day just because it felt more like a spa with these particular items, and like their swatches and everything just worked really nicely for the build. And I also really liked switching up that window in the front. I like that slatted window that came from the Desert Luxe kit, but it kind of just made that room feel more like claustrophobic. And so I decided just to do the one wall with those windows and then have the modern windows in the front. That way you can see out to like the pool area, and it doesn't make it feel so like stuffy and closed in basically. And there I quickly decorated the outdoor dining area next to the fireplace, and then over here I have a couple of lounge chairs, and I use this little drink tray that came from Spa Day, and so your Sims can have like a little bubbly drink out there by the pool, which I thought was pretty nice. And I actually really liked the lounge chairs being like elevated on like a little platform instead of right by the pool like I was originally thinking on doing. I felt like that actually worked out pretty nice. And then over here I do have the massage tables, so the Sims that come here on vacation could have like a couples massage, and so yeah, I felt like that was pretty romantic and everything. And then over here I decorate next to the fountain, and then this is it for the build. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoy the screenshots. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day. I can still hear the shimmering sound. The hill is near, let's get right up. Walk up to the very top. We couldn't tell the sky from the ground. I know my